from the bowling capital of the world, America's #1 bowling show. Championship Bowling.
Fellas, hello, Mike. Mike Limongello, Ed Bourdase.
Fred, how are you?
Welcome to Championship Bowling.
Thank you.
How are you working out? Pretty good? Scoring well? Hitting the pocket?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Championship Bowling here at the Firestone Bowlerama in Akron, Ohio. Each week, you see two of the world's greatest professional bowlers in match game competition, over $70,000 in prizes. And our match this week involves this youngster from Long Island, New York, Mike Limongello, making his first appearance on a championship bowling series, and a fellow you've seen before, Ed Bourdase. Ed, I just wonder, I remember when you made your first appearance on championship bowling, you must know how Mike feels. I can see just a little shaky.
Yes, still shaky, Fred.
You're still shaky?
Yes.
Well, let's find out how Mike feels. Mike, you a little nervous, really? You can admit it.
Well, yeah, I am a little bit.
Think you feel a little better? You are a little nervous?
Right now.
Well, what are you nervous
when
about? I mean, there are 2 lanes. You've been bowling now for how many years?
Well, about 6 years.
All of 6 years. All of 6 years, Ed.
That's a long time,
Now,
isn't it?
I know that we bowled along much longer than 6 years to get as good as this fella is. He's a great youngster. I know you're going to have your hands full, so I want to wish you both a lot of luck. Mike, come on out with a big 600, your first try, and Ed, good luck to you.
Thank you, Fred. Mike, good luck.
Now, working with us as usual these many, many weeks here in Akron, Ohio, we have the big boy from Fresno, California, Ed Bourdase's hometown, incidentally. Bill, how are you? Bill Bonetta?
Very good, Fred, and I'm here to witness 2 fellows who have extremely different styles, come from opposite ends of the country, one from California, one from Long Island, and I'm anxious to see how they turn out.
Well, I just mentioned, I'm sure that you know, or you might have to go back a year or two, a youngster like Mike, his first appearance of this kind, so we'll have to help the youngster along a little bit, and I don't know whether Ed Bourdase will appreciate that. He's an old teammate of yours, too, isn't he, Ed, out there in Fresno?
Yes, he is, and Ed has a very good line. Watching him in practice, we observed that he's hitting the pocket consistently, and I think if Limongello gets over the first couple of frames, he'll give Ed a real tough match.
Well, I think it'll be easy. We'll be ready for the first game of 3 here on Championship Bowling from Akron, Ohio, right after this interesting word. The start of the first game of 3 on Championship Bowling, $1,000 to the winner, $500 to the runner-up. Young Mike Limongello from North Babylon, New York, won the toss, elected to start on the left side. He is high, leaves the 610. His opponent, Ed Bourdase from Fresno, California. So a youngster born in the Bronx, New York, in 1944. Bill, this must be a great thrill for this young fella.
Yes, and he earned the right to participate on championship bowling for his fine performance in the last year or so.
He's the winner of the Oklahoma City Open in 1965 on the PVA Tour. They're predicting quite a future for this fellow. So the campaigner, Ed Bourdase, been around for some time, always shows up well on the tour. Was runner-up to Johnny Gunther.
Yes, of course, Ed's bid is that he relaxes and concentrates through hypnotic suggestion. He believes in it.
There's the first strike for Ed Bourdase. He now moves to the left. 5 strikes in a row. the bonus system goes into effect. To start with $250, $50 additional for each additional strike in any one game. Both these boys will be making another appearance against a different opponent. Total pinfall for their 2 appearances will qualify them for Championship Bowling's World Series. The double, he's too high. The 3, 6, 10. In the World Series, it'll be the National All-Star champion, Dick Weber, the Firestone Tournament of Champions winner, Billy Hardwick, and our 2 top scorers, 4 men competing in bowling's World Series. It should be a great finish here in Akron, Ohio. The 3, the 6, and the 10, and Bourdase covers the spare. I notice that Mike has 2 bowling balls on the rack. He's got a brand new one. He says that the thumb is a little tighter. He's been dropping this ball, and he may change. Hits the 4 out. Well, there's the first strike. That's the first assignment, as we continually say week after week. The next job is to get your double as quick as you can get it. There are more matches lost right here in the first 4 or 5 frames because of the inability to get the first double. It puts you under pressure, and the more the match continues, the harder it is to get a double. Too high again. Well, look at here, the 3, 6, 10, and he's got a man out there in left field. The 3, 6, 4, 10. I haven't seen this one in a long time.
That's a rare leave, although he could make it. As the spare maker indicates, he can go between the 3 and 6, a little bit light on the 3, and cut the 3 over, and it's a beautiful shot.
Looks like a broken picket fence. Well, he gets 3, and Limongello is open in the 3rd frame. The 3, 6, 4, 10. You might remember that one, because I don't think you will see it very often. Ed Bourdase, born in Oakland, California, back in 1928. This fellow was a great football player and baseball player. The 2-4-5. Played semi-pro baseball, semi-pro football. And he's also a former AMF mechanic, Bill. So he knows the machines backwards, this end and the back end.
And he knows this game all right.
Bourdase with a cover in the 3rd. 37 spare against Limongello's 48. We move into the 4th frame. All competition moving from our right to the left. The first frame of every game is bowled on the left side, lane 23. And that bowler's opponent starts the process of moving right to left. Each bowler bowling 2 complete frames, while his opponent just sits idly by and watches. This game all offense, no defense. The 6-10, Bourdase high again.
We've been noticing, Fred, in practice that most bowlers go high on 23, and then when they over-adjust, they leave the 2-4-5 quite frequently.
He dropped it and covered the spare. These 2 bowlers, as the rest of our field of 24, are wearing the King Louis bowling shirt. Now, you can wear this same shirt, King Louis bowling shirts. Be a champion. Mike Limongello. He picks up his 2nd strike on the right side and now moves to the left to see what he can do about the first double of the match. He's been high here twice, Bill. He's got to let this one loose.
Little sidelight here, Fred. I notice how thin he is in the waist, but look how broad his shoulders are. Looks like he's in real good shape. He's loose, darn it. He's young. He's free.
Yes, and he weighs all of 130 pounds. Well, he isn't out there. He may get a buckle. Nope. 5 in the 8. And Mike didn't have that ball in the right place when he got to the foul line. It was still behind him. 5-9.
After the second little step, his feet start to travel quite rapidly, and if the ball swing is not in the right position, he has a little difficulty getting the ball through.
Very nice cover. The AMF Sparemaker indicated the ball between the 5 and the 8. I noticed, too, he holds that ball arm's length, much like Dave Sutar. Of course, Dave carries it out to the side. Mike holds it straight down. Too high. Bourdase breaks up the split, leaves the 6-10. It gives him 73 in the fourth. The cover here will give him a margin of only 5 pins at the end of 5. Careful. So Bourdase very satisfied with that one. At the end of 5, Bourdase is 73 spare. Limongello is 68 spare. We're in the 6th frame, second game. Championship bowling from Akron, Ohio. That'll get there. And the 10-pin remains. At the 10-pin, Bourdase covers the spare. We're in the first game. I believe I said the second game. I've been corrected by my statistician, Sam Baca. Thank you, Sam. I think I'm rushing this match a little bit, Bill. Let's watch the youngster from Babylon, New York. 4-pin looked pretty good. Mike throwing that ball very well here on the right side.
Yes, he is. He's jamming the pocket, and I believe he's doing it intentionally. Some of the bowlers have been quite successful on lane number 24, starting the ball almost into the pocket zone immediately from the foul line.
Covers the spare in the 6th. So we go into the 7th. Still 5 pins. Bourdase out in front. 92 spare against Limongello's 87 spare. Mike throws the 3-finger, fingertip, quite a wide span. Been watching him whether he's going to change to that new bowling ball. He's still using the one he started with. Started bowling in 1960 in a junior league. And in 1965, won the Oklahoma City Open and the PBA Tour. On the nose, breaks it up. Nothing but the 6-pin. So he's having problems on the left side.
Yes, he's been high 3 times out of 3, and he'll have to do something about it. Mike, although he's not a real experienced bowler, has been on the tour for quite some time, and he should be able to make some kind of an adjustment.
Limongello with his spare in the 7th, counting well. He's only lost 4 pins in counts. Although he left 4 pins in the 3rd frame, a very unusual split, the 3, 6, 4, 10. Here's Ed Bourdase. That's better. There we are. That was the easy route, Bill.
Also, lane number 23 in practice seems to be the key to the strings. If you can carry 23, you're well on your way.
There we are. There's the first double of the match. Bourdase picking it up here in the 7th and 8th frame. Limongello's had 2 chances. That was Bourdase's second chance, so Ed has the double, and he can go free from here. Still a chance for bonus money. $1,000 to the winner, $500 to the loser. And the bonus money starts at $250 with 5 in a row. Limongello's high, the 6-10. Now he's lost the right side.
Well, as I said before, he's trying to get the ball in there rather tight, and he's just overdoing it a little bit. Sometimes it takes one game to learn to relax.
Limongello with a spare. In the 8th, 124 spare, Bourdase out in front with his double. The margin, 18 pins. We're in the 9th.
I noticed, Fred, that Mike Limongello has elongated finger holes. He's used a file on them to make them a little bit flat instead of round. He says he gets a more secure grip.
Too high. There's the wide open split. The 4, 6, 7, and Mike's been asking for that one.
Well, he quite visibly changed his angle. He moved his feet quite a bit to the left, but he didn't give the ball room.
Limongello with 9 now. In the 9th, cuts him off at 150. His second open frame and his second wide open split on the left side. As Bourdase bowling out in the first game, a chance for bonus money. He needs this one and his first 2 in the 10th. That'll get there. 4 pins stops him. That ball moved just a little too much.
I can note here, Fred, that Ed Bourdase takes a real deep breath before he starts his push away. He exhales, and that's his method of relaxing.
I notice he's in an upright position, straight up. Limongello's in the slight crouch. Actually bends his knees a little bit before he takes the first step. So these two boys just certainly do it differently.
Yes, and when Bourdase finishes, he's down more, and
he's down.
Limongello is up more.
He's up more. Straight up, deep breath, relax. Ball right under your chin. Reach out, throw it in the pocket, and you have a strike. Well, that 4-pin very costly now for the West Coast star. Bourdase could be sitting on 4 right now. One more, a chance for 211.
Bourdase affectionately called pop bottles by his fellow pros because of the thickness of his glasses.
Oh, he set that one beautifully. And Ed points his finger at that 7-pin that looked like it might be a little stubborn. The full count here for 211, a good start for Ed Bourdase. On championship bowling, Ed is averaging 208 per game. For 24 games, he has 1,700 total. His high single game has been 255. There's that 211. Nice finish, a 4-pin between a double and a triple. And that 4-pin cost Ed 21 pins. Young Mike Limongello. Knees slightly bent. Ball extended full length to the arms. The strike in the 10th. Well, that's Mike's 3rd strike here on the right side. He might as well get a couple more.
You can imagine what ribbing he takes about his name on a tour, Fred. Limongello.
Mm-hmm. He's having a little trouble here on the right side. And in our strike department, this can be interesting. Limongello can have 5 strikes. Bourdase had 5 strikes. And Limongello will be 31 pins behind with a full count. First, Mike has 2 opens. Bourdase made good with 2 doubles. Nice finish for the young fella. 3 beautiful strikes in the 10th frame for 180. 2 wide open splits on the left side has held Limongello to 180 against Ed Bourdase, 211. We'll be back for the second game of 3 here on Championship Bowling from Akron, Ohio, the home of Firestone. Ed Bourdase from Fresno, California, out in front. The margin 31 pins. We're in the second game. Big reach. Never get there. The 1-2-4-10.
Well, washout looked like it was a result of actually overextending himself, Fred. Looked like he reached a little bit too far and it didn't get the fingers in the ball.
Well, it's interesting, too, Bill. Ed finished with 3 solid strikes here on the left side, as Limongello did on the right side. Go. Big shot by Ed Bourdase. A 1-2-4-10. He just caught that tin pin and actually kicked it back on the pin deck. A great fill for Bourdase. Possibly could be the shot of the match.
Yes, that might be a good one to remember.
One little mistake, and Limongello is open, the 4-6.
Actually, he laid that ball down right at the foul line and gave it a little turn before he had a chance to lift it. Therefore, he pulled it slightly. And the 4-6 was the result.
Limongello now with another open. That's his third, and they've all been wide splits. 4-6. And he had the very unusual split to 3-6-4-10 in the first game, along with a 4-6-7. He moves to the left. That's Mike's first strike on the left side. He was a little deeper there, Bill, and a little more speed, obviously.
He released that ball very smoothly, and they had everything he wanted on it.
Too high, Bourdase breaks it up. Flirting with danger. The margin is 41 pins. We're in the second frame of the second game. Bourdase with a spare. Limongello is 9. He was open in the first. Strike in the second. Bourdase is 19 spare. We're in the third.
Grinder, Fred. Of course, Bourdase is known for that kind of a shot. He's got a good rolling ball, and if he hits anywhere near the pocket, he can really mix them.
He leaves the 4-7. Mike was hitting the right side the first game, Bill. Now that he has a strike on the left, he's had the 4-6, and he was very close to leaving the 4-7-10 here. In the third, he's already had 3 wide open splits as he covers the 4-7.
I believe when we do see a string, it'll be a rather long one, though, because it's just tough to get that double or turkey. After that, they come a little bit easier.
See a young fellow sitting just to your right, Bill, young Nelson Burton Jr. St. Louis, another great young star coming up, just like Mike Limongello.
Yes,
doing very well.
Matter of fact, they're traveling companions. They share expenses on the professional tour.
Is that right? Oh, look at that. Now he has 2 strikes on what looked like to be his tough side, and he can't kick him loose on the right side. Ed Bourdase now on the strike. We're in the 4th frame of the second game. We're almost halfway. $70,000 in prizes. He kicks the 10 out, and there's a double for Bourdase. You know, some of the teenagers here in Akron have been telling us that they often go bowling on their weekend dates. Now, a lot of them bowl regularly once a week, some in leagues, some just for fun. Bowling really saves on the pocketbook, and I'll bet some of you mothers and dads like to spend an inexpensive evening out, too. So why don't you put your cares aside and make a date and go bowl? It's great fun. Hurry up. He kicked out that 10th pin, and Bourdase is on his way. That's a triple bonus money around the corner. Here's Mike Limongello trying for his first double. He had a triple, actually, in the first game, but he got all three of them in the 10th frame on this side, which he hasn't hit since. This time?
It looks good.
He carried. Well, the kid exploded one, so we're at the end of 5. We're halfway in the second game. Limongello is 49 on 2. Bourdase is 69 on 2. Hustle up there. 5 pin. Mike just couldn't quite get enough of that pocket.
Well, the key to getting strings is to carry a hit that's not quite solid, and Bourdase carried 2, which are very good balls. Carried the 8-10, a little bit delayed, and a mixer. Limongello tried to match it and almost did, but left the 5 pin on the 3rd attempt for a strike.
Cover by young Michael gives him 98 in the 5th. He has the spare in the 6th as Ed Bourdase knocks on the bonus window. He needs this one and his next one in his 2 turns on the lanes here at the Firestone Bowl-O-Rama in Akron, Ohio. 1 turn. Hold that line. There it is. Break frame. That's 4. Now, the $250 ball. Bill, would you like to prognosticate?
Yes, I have a feeling that he'll be light again because his ball's very effective now, and there's no sense in crowding it. He's got a good chance if he just executes the shot freely, evenly.
You mean he's going to throw a shaker? Is that
I would guess that.
Not going to be high. Well, let's see if you can read his mind. You're right. Oh, boy. Thought he was going to get a shaker, but he really got out of that ball. That's the start of bonus money for Ed Bourdase as Limongello steps up in the 7th frame. Let's take a look at this young fella now in slow motion. Mike Limongello from North Babylon, New York. Fella having no trouble on the right side, Bill. Boy, he got a beautiful line over here.
It was. And he let that ball go freely, smoothly, and a little extra speed on it, and he didn't hesitate. This is the style we learned to recognize on a tour. This boy has terrific potential.
Mike Limongello from North Babylon, New York. Born in the Bronx in 1944. Didn't start bowling until 1960 in a junior league. 5 years later, won a PBA event on the PBA Tour. High on the right side, and he got away with 1. Well, that might loosen him up a little, Bill. What a break.
That's the key, lane number 23, and there's a key shot for Mike Limongello.
Well, I wonder if that might disturb Ed Bourdase just a little bit. Bourdase working on 5 in a row. Every strike now worth $50 additional. $250 for 5 in any one game in a row. Now it's just 50 per strike. We're in the 8th. Out and back. Here it comes. Too high the 4th pin, and Bourdase thought he had it.
Yes, he let that shot go quite well. We've noticed a few 4 pins left on lane number 24 in practice sessions, especially if the ball's a little bit let up delivery, we call it.
at the 4, and he covered. In the audience here this week at the Firestone Bowl-O-Rama in Akron, Ohio, very happy to have with us the president of the Firestone Tire and Rubber Company, Mr. Earl Hathaway. With him, Scotty Brubaker, a fellow that seems to be in the right place at the right time. Bourdase moves left here. We're in the 9th. Get it up there. Oh, he got away with that one. So Bourdase now with that key strike in the 9th.
Well, his light shot's working extremely well.
That four pin, certainly very costly to Bourdase, not only the $50, but the fact that he really had a big one going. He still can get out with 258. One more for the young fella. That's 3 in a row. Now Limongello getting into position for bonus money. Mike will bowl out first. Well, Mike caved one in the 8th. I know he's thinking of that. He'll probably want to get this one out. And out it goes. Back it comes. Too much the 4-9, and that wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. That's a bugaboo of many bowlers who have the turn and lift type of ball. That ball looked extremely good going into the pocket, and to spare it, it's not too easy to make. 4-9.
Well, Mike had a chance for 230. He certainly put it in the pocket. The 4-9 split. Going away at the 4. Go a little more. Nice shot. Beautiful. Mike Limongello. Great young competitor. You know that every citizen has a personal stake in our nation's colleges. So why don't you support the college of your choice? For information, you can write to Higher Education, Box 36, Times Square Station, New York, New York, 10036. Oh, man, that one sort of backed away from the pocket, though.
Yes, it sailed to the right.
The throwaway ball, and Limongello comes out with 213, converting the 4-9 in the 10th now as Bourdase. Looking off into the distance, concentrating. One of the real great concentrators. He wants this one for 250. Oh, he's got it. And that 4-pin, I believe it was, went right over the top of the 7, just caught it right at the top for the double, and that 4-pin now looks pretty big in there, Bill.
Yes, he has 8 strikes already, and Ed's one of the bowlers here. They all are really capable of stringing out strikes from here to who knows where.
Go! Well, now there's a Brooklyn strike, and Bourdase showed no different attitude than if he'd have put it right straight in the pocket. .258 with the count. That'll give Bourdase a nice start. 469 for 2.
There's a good ball.
There it is. Great finish by Ed Bourdase from Fresno, California. 5 in a row for bonus money, a solid 4-pin, and he finishes with 4. We'll be back now for the 3rd and final game on Championship Bowling from Akron, Ohio, at the Firestone Bowl-O-Rama, Akron, where the World Series of Golf is played annually. It'll be young Mike Limongello from North Babylon, New York, starting off the 3rd and final game. He trails with 393 to Bourdase's 469. Too high, 4-7.
Looks like it might be another 4-9 there.
He's really fighting this left side, isn't he? Throwing him in there a mile a minute, as you say, trying to jam that ball in the pocket. .76 pins, Bourdase out in front. Look out. Oh, that ball kept going to the right. Mike and young Nelson Burton having a little conversation here. Mike trying to explain what happened. Looked like he was going to miss that. Bourdase right back. Well, since the third frame of the second game, when he started his string of 5, then a solid 4-pin stopped him, then a good strike. His first in the 10th. His Brooklyn, of course, was out of the pocket. But actually, Bourdase has been throwing nothing but strikes since the third frame of the second game. He's only missed 1. That a 4-pin.
He's found his stroke now.
Careful.
Whoops.
Almost a 4-6.
That ball was free, but he indicated by emotion that he pulled that ball.
At the 6-pin, Bourdase covers. So young Mike Limongello still looking at 76 pins. That's the difference. The winner gets $1,000. The loser, $500. Total pinfall, very important in 2 appearances. The 2 top scorers for the 6 games will qualify for the World Series. 10-pin out. Limongello moves left.
Well, Mike's been just a little bit high for the last 2 times here, so maybe we'll see a hit that's light this time.
Just wondering if he's thinking about those 2 spares that he almost missed. Hurry. Hurry. Well, 1 pin was a little too short. Looked like the 2 pin didn't quite reach the 7, or the 4 didn't reach the 7.
He had to hit the end there. You could see that base of the pin almost hit the 7-pin.
Seemed to move in a little bit on that shot. Holding it tight. Deep inside.
He's going to cover this time.
He didn't get lazy there. He gave that one the full turn. Bourdase now trying to get started again. Started with a strike. Was on the nose in the second frame. The first ball he's had out of the pocket since the third frame of the second game. I'll include that Brooklyn strike. Of course, he's out of the pocket, but once in a while you can get away with one like that. Bourdase out, it comes back, he's there, carries the 7, and Bourdase on his way again. Moving left. Nice reach, set it. There's a double, and a big one, too, for Ed Bourdase. Now these doubles are so important. Total pins, as we mentioned, he now, with 469 going in, is 70 pins over. He can keep filling every double, knocking on the door of 700, and bonus money again for Ed Bourdase of Fresno, California. Limongello, out and back, sets and carries. 20, 40, 60. We're at the end of 4. Mike moving left. See if he stays deep, Bill.
He's pretty solid at the line. He's free with the ball. He could strike. Over.
On the nose, the 3, 6, 9, 10. Boy, here's a tough shot.
That 9-pin, that sleeper and back, Fred. What did you call it?
Oh, we used to call it a mother-in-law.
Oh, yes, yes.
No reflection, of course, but, and I don't know why, but that's a name they put on it. Blind pin.
It's a key pin in this combination.
Look out. Nice shot. Beautiful. Perfect, as the AMF Spearmaker indicated. Tight between the 3 and the 6, and Limongello fills it up. A 6-pin count didn't hurt Mike. He was on the strike. As Ed Bourdase, old pop bottles, comes in on the right side, working on a double. He's now 79 pins over 600. The deep breath, upright position, erect, to the line, out and back. Too high. he cranked that one.
Well, it was quite visible again, Fred, that he let up on that shot. I don't think he was quite ready to release that ball.
4-7 the cover. So at the end of 5, here in the third and final game of championship bowling from Akron, Ohio, Mike Limongello is 80 with a spare. Bourdase, 88 with a spare. We're in the 6th. Bourdase, out and back. Beautiful action. I believe Ed missed the easy side that time. Came back with a strike on the tough side.
This ball is sure alive. When it hits those pins are scrambling all over.
Oh, there's a nice kick. That's the old fudge nudger.
Yeah, it was a getaway ball. He overturned it, went high, but it tripped to 4-7.
You know, one of the most popular ways to join a bowling team is through the company or plant where you work. Really, and the most important thing is that employees, after working together all day at all levels, can meet in a bowling establishment, bowling league, more or less as equals. In other words, it's not a group of women from the office bowling against a group of men. Is that everybody's together socially, and you throw a few strikes like Mike Limongello does, and you forget your business, trials and tribulations, and you go out and have a great time. Well, suppose we take a look here now at Ed Bourdase in slow motion. This fella does it the easy way, so just watch him. That's out there. Oh, nice action. Now that puts Bourdase 89 pins over the 600 mark. If he can continue to fill, he's got room for bonus money again. He has room for the 700.
That was the old accordion ball again, wasn't it? Just open up those pins beautifully.
Bourdase has rolled 1-700 on championship bowling, 700 on the nose. His high game was 255, and he beat that here in Akron, Ohio with 258. Set that one once, too high, break it up 610. Oh, Ed was hanging on, Bill, to break up the split, and he was still quite disappointed because he pointed it up too much. Cover the spare. He did not. There's 10 pins he may wish he had back. So Bourdase is open, and that's his first open frame. First open frame of the match for Ed Bourdase. Limongello with a chance actually here yet for 250. Don't count him out. There he goes. And the youngster from the Bronx with a triple as he moves left. This will be the last chance for bonus money.
Even though the chances for that are remote, Ed is still vulnerable here. Limongello can get 250 and almost force Bourdase to mark once at least.
Yes, he needs this one, Bill, to keep Ed Bourdase thinking. Ed's probably thinking of that big total. That'll have to be too high. The poor penny almost got away with it. Moved inside. Bill seemed to slide that one back into the pocket.
He's got pretty good control of that ball right now. He's doing almost what he wants the ball to do, but that 4 pin has been his key pin here. 4, 4-9, 4-7.
A fill here and the mark in the 10th, and the youngster will have 600. And that's certainly a satisfying total in his first championship bowling series. Ed Bourdase now in the 9th. And the 700 total is gone by the wayside. Or they'd like one to go into the 10th on. The build-up frame. It's out there. And it's too high again, and he has another 610. Ed seems to have lost some of his courage.
Yes, and even concentration, I believe. He usually takes a little bit more time. He takes that deep breath, and you can tell by his push away that it's slow, it's deliberate. He seems to be rushing just a shade now.
There's a good cover. So Bourdase now moving in left. Still a chance for 213 and 680. The margin going into the 10th frame, 61 pins. Bourdase will be the winner to win the $1,000. But pinfall so important. There it is. Well done. That's the one he needed in the 8th.
Well, he has a good total, Fred, and he's bowled quite well. He has a terrific strike ball. Only picked that one cherry, 6 off the 10. So he should be generally pleased with his performance.
One more. Beautiful. Well, that's coming back in great shape. The count for 214. 214 will give Bourdase 683. So another 650, 670, possibly 680. Certainly would put him close to that spot in the World Series. There's another one. Boy, what a beautiful line. 3 beautiful solid pocket strikes. 214 for Ed Bourdase as Mike Limongello moves in on the right, and the youngster still has a chance here for 229. 683 for Ed Bourdase. Four pin, he gets it out of there. Well, it looks like Mike will remember this day, Bill. He's going to check in here with a 600 total.
Yes, after he got over a few shaky frames in the first game, he looks like he settled down, and 229 won't look bad at all here. A good start for a youngster in his first appearance on championship bowling.
Well, Mike, who reported with 2 bowling balls for the show this week, put that brand new one out there, has never used it. Finishing certainly at his best. He had a triple going, couldn't get the 1 in the 9th he wanted, just missed bonus money, and now striking out for 229, 622, 620, and 227. Mike Limongello in the 3rd and final game, 227 for Ed Bourdase, 214. We'll be back for the presentations here in Akron, Ohio on Championship Bowling, where the World Series of Golf is played annually. Here are the final scores for Mike Limongello. 180, 213, and 227. His total was 620. For Ed Bourdase, 211, 258, and 214, the total 683. Did you enjoy this one, ladies and gentlemen? Nice job, Ed.
Thank you. I enjoyed it too, sir.
For you, Mike, I'll call you the runner-up here this week. How's that? $500. Now that you have an appearance under your belt on championship bowling, I figure the next trip ought to be a breeze for you.
Well, I hope so.
You throw a lot of bowling ball. I want to tell you something. And Ed, of course, you've been throwing a lot of bowling ball for a long time. You concentrated on 5 in a row, $250 bonus money, $1,000. Your total of 683. You might be around for the World Series.
I sure hope so, Fred. I'm looking forward to it.
I want to wish you a lot of luck. Ed Bourdase and Mike Limongello. Good luck, fellas. We sure hope you can join us again next week here at the Firestone Bowl-O-Rama in Akron, Ohio, when we'll have two more of bowling's top professional stars in another three-game match competing for a prize fund of over $70,000. So speaking for Bill Bonetta and myself, this is Fred Wolf. Just keep 'em bowling out there. It's great fun. Really.
Yeah.
Matching shirts and slacks used on championship bowling by King Louie. Championship bowling is sanctioned by the American Bowling Congress, and we wish to thank AMF for their cooperation in helping us produce Championship.